Hello, good evening. Right, so you watched, obviously, if you were there, the DTG stream which took place on, I think it was Thursday last week, weren't it? So that's been and gone. It's our turn to do it on air, and it's actually my turn to properly drive it myself for you. We're going to do two trips. We're going to start off with a trip working around Carlisle. Just going to put a bit more of a focus on the Carlisle side of things tonight because it didn't get much of a viewing last time around. So we're going to do a trip working on that, and then we're going to do a southbound 87 trip all the way through to Preston as well. So should be something for everyone. We have more planned streams, so don't worry if we haven't shown everything tonight. We will get round to it. Guard mode is something I know people want to see. I think we're planning to do guard mode next week, so we'll cater for that as well for you guard mode fans. Right, so the route obviously is how it will be presented to you in the menu if you've not seen this already. So here's the thumbnail and route art. We have 325 completable services. I'm not sure if that actually, I think that includes actually like all other bits and bobs as well, not just timetable. Actually, I think it incorporates the scenarios and training modules and all that jazz. So yeah, we're gonna focus on the timetable just to show you the scenarios. If you didn't see this last week, 5 of them. Southbound liner, which is a freight line trim, so that's container working. You've got courier collection, which is a basically broken down wagons and taking them to the works and then bringing a fresh set back. And then we have Tap Changer, which is a snowy, wintry themed scenario around sort of like Christmas time. Yeah, quite a slippy one that, so do take caution with that one. First gen stopper, so first generation stopper is the class 101. I'm quiet. We can't have that. Hang on a second, I'm just have a quick look at my filters. Might be the gain. Testing. How's that? It's been a while since I've used this channel, so some of the settings might be a bit different. I can up it a bit more. How about that? Let me know if that's alright. Should be better because I can see it's the bar's going a lot more. And then we've got broken down, which is a you're taking a 47 to pick up a broken down 87 set. So we'll probably look at doing a scenario maybe next week as well. So we'll do a bit of guard mode and probably a scenario. So we'll pick something off that list for that. So is that better? Excellent. As I say, it's probably been about the best part of 6 months since we last used the channel for doing streaming. So I do apologise. So I'll do my best to make sure things are sorted in that respect. But there we go. So these are all the bits and pieces that you get to use in the route. There's a good selection, something for everyone. Obviously, the ones that come with the route are the 87, the 101, the 08, and the 47. So you've got plenty there. I'm loud now. You can't win. You can never win. Right, so we're going to do a class 08 first of all. So lots of 08s to pick from here. You've got 08744. You've got 5 various styles of BR Blue as well. These range from different, like the rods are different colours. I think there's one that's got a soul bar that's different colour. You've got different buffer beam colours and all that lot. So yeah, there's a good variety. And then if you've seen the manual, you'll have seen this rather dusty looking 08, which is one for the quarry. Apologies, there is going to be a bit of background noise because I work from home, so unfortunately you got background noise. I do apologise. Hopefully when we get into the game it'll probably drown that out, to be honest. So we're going to pick, we'll go with D, and we are doing, where is it? That one. Actually, it's nice. I'm a celeb. if you're accustomed to that thing, we're going to do a run around July time. Should hopefully it'll be quite bright around Carlisle. It won't be going dark. It's good to see so many people in as well this evening. I know obviously a lot of you will have seen it already, and you're probably sick to death of us showing it, but you just want to get your hands on it. So this time next week it'll be out. Yeah, it comes out next Tuesday. So, not long to wait now. Right, so this is just one part of a trip working. This is part 6 of 9 Tango 04. It's about 35 minutes overall. And we're going to be taking a rake of TEA tank wagons from Petrel Bridge to Kingmore Yard. It is quite bright, unfortunately, but it's just that time of day. But I wanted to do something that sort of worked down this end of the route, so I'm just going to quickly show you some bits and bobs around here. So, I can do, Benedict. If you send me a PM of your channel name, I can add it in. More than happy to do that. I need your actual channel name at whatever it is. I can put you on there. Give me a moment. Dead easy to do. So what you're looking at the minute is where the tank, Petrel Bridge tank refinery area is. This doesn't exist anymore. Just let me know when you've done it, Benedict, and I'll check in a second. So yeah, you got your tanks that just they'll go there, do the thing, and then they come back out, and then they shunt back and forth. You've got London Road coal concentration yard there as well, and then also another area up here as well. Cheers, Benedict. I'll put it in now. I've lost the link now. I've got it. Right. That's an easy one. That's sorted. Right. You should be sorted now, Benedict. So, let me know if that's alright for you. Just yeah. So obviously, said how come the delay? It's just a couple of things that cropped up, unfortunately, which it wouldn't have been right to say, yeah, we're going to release it there. So the extra 4 days, I think it's basically 4 working days on top that you've had to wait. So it made more sense to hold it for the few things that we had to do to make sure everything was polished. Bits of gameplay and stuff like that, and a few bits to do with the coaches and some guard mode stuff, which was the big thing. So there's other bits, but those are the sort of gist and that. Benedict just helped out. Right, so we're gonna take the brakes off here. I think we've got all the lights already on. Yeah, markers on. So this is this is one of the variants, and all the numbers for the 08s are exactly the ones that used to work around this area in the time of the route era. One sec. We're on the move. Now there's so many of you in here this evening, I couldn't give you all a single shout out, unfortunately, but to every single one of you that have actually joined, good evening. Hughes Crab, hello. Hello Ed. No, I won't break it, don't worry. I'll do my very best. What we'll do is I'll just get rid of the overlay as well, just so you can see everything. Got a 101 heading over towards Newcastle there. Ooh. Hold on. Oh man. Hang on. This is why you look at points. I didn't realise it was a manual set of points there. That's really, really shocking. Sorry, I did worse than Matt Piddleston. Even Matt didn't manage to do that. Oh no. What's up? That was just a practice run, Matt. We'll try again, shall we? I know there's obviously manual yards later on. I didn't realise that one was. Right, let's try again. There we go. That's appalling. Sorry. I'll not live that one down, will I? Hey dear. Right. Just gonna wait a moment, just while it clears, so... Start again. This is Petrol Yard, and that's London Road. and that obviously that would take you to the S&C, which we didn't cover a minute ago. Just a couple of things. So obviously the route price whilst we're waiting is £32.99. It's out on all consoles, so I think it'll be the usual times of going live. So Xbox and PlayStation normally go live I think at 10 AM, and then it'll go live on PC and Epic. Usually I think it's around 5 o'clock in the evening. So just a couple of bits there, which usually is the same thing. So there we go. Look, they've got a green signal now. Dragon. I don't know if you can clip things on YouTube. Can you clip things? No doubt we can go back and have a laugh. Well, you can clip on YouTube. I didn't know you could do that. I mean, obviously, I know you can do it on Twitch. Right. Shall we try and actually get to King Moor Yard this time? Turn the game up. Hang on. I think the actual game is actually fully whacked. I've just turned it up on Twitch or OBS. Let me know if that's alright. Against obviously my microphone. King Moor. So these days it is DRS at King Moor, yes, but obviously in this area, so obviously it's British Rail. King Moor. Now I believe King Moor in our area of route. The actual depot and stuff itself was in its final year, so I think it closed down in 1987. Obviously, it was prize given by DRS. Yeah, guard boat's going to be next week. We'll do something with guard boat next week. I'll plan something for that. Cheers, Matt. So for anyone who's just joined us, this is take 2. As I nearly ended up down that little slip there. Is there any double-headed action with the TEAs? Good question, Benedict. He is in the chat somewhere. He may well be able to answer that one. I know there is some double-headed stuff with the 87. There is a double-headed 37 working with the cement tankers. I know that much. I think the tank work is potentially our single loco, as far as I'm aware. There's a couple of full run working with the tanks as well. There's one from Dalston. I think there might be one from further up north as well, coming straight through. Yeah, so as Mark's put it, yeah, it's the same area, but the timetables are different. So Blackpool Branch's timetable is a weekend timetable, which incorporated all the summer extras and stuff like that, and illuminations and stuff. Whereas this is actually a weekday timetable, so the timetables aren't a seamless change. Watching the speed here. I mean, we'll have to put some power down in a second because we're going to climb up. So heading left there will take you down to Upperby, and then heading obviously south to Preston and beyond. Well, Preston at least. Quite a little interesting area around here. So if we was to take the left settle points there, it would actually take us down to Rome Street and around to Curragh. We're going to head straight ahead. And it's going to take us around into Carlisle station itself. Show you the map, just to show you the complex of the sort of the Carlisle area as well. So we started down here. London Road, concentration, Coal Yard, Carlisle Road siding there. Upham is down here, Curragh Works is here. And Rome Street is the metal box works that's there. So we're going to be routed through line 3, so platform 3 that is. There'll be plenty of links obviously when this when it goes live. will be putting links on our Facebook and other socials. No doubt it'll be plastered all over the place, obviously, when it goes live, because you'll know when it's live, because everyone will start posting pictures and stuff as well. Will this be playable at the NEC this weekend? No, not as far as I'm aware. I know we're not at the NEC, so. Well, there's DTG are there, and they happen to show it. I don't know. What 47s will layer onto this route? So Blackpool branches one layers in. That has to layer in. Obviously, then you come with the route. So I think that brings in Northern Transpennine as well. So the NTP one actually does layer in. So you have the potential to see that one as well. Evening, Rob. One of a number of shuttles that works around Carlisle. I think there's like 5 or something that work around here, 5 or 6. Doing all sorts of stuff. You've got ones that do the strip working, you've got ones that do the shunt release as well. You've got a north and south shunt release set. You've also got obviously the one that works at Preston that does obviously the shuffling around with the mail trains. It also does some extra stuff. If you read our in-depth stuff to do with that, there is it's quite an interesting work where 2 trains come into Preston and then you have to split them and put them together, so the locals peel off, you take the coaches, form the whole set, and then the 87 then comes on and continues north. So there's some interesting stuff you can do. There's more than 5. We always lose count. There's lots. If anyone's got a link for the manual in the JT lot, if you can just lob a link into the chat, that would be most appreciated. I do it myself, but something will go wrong if I try and do it. Good fun though, sitting around here just watching stuff come through. And obviously you never know when a trip working is going to be, because there's a lot going on with them, and anything that comes in obviously from Scotland can come into here and do your shunt release fees. So there's 47 list. That actually has got a Northern Transpennine one for a moment. Yeah, the manual's huge, 128 pages. Potentially could be one of our biggest to date, I reckon, that in the JT ones. I don't think Blackpool's that long. We're dropping downhill now, so we're going to pull a little bit of brake in here. Well, as far as I'm aware, I don't think this end wasn't shown on Thursday, so this is all new for viewing as well. The DLC price is £32.99, and it's available across all platforms. I think the whole team are really proud of what we've done with this. It's no easy challenge to do 100 miles. Yeah, we have put our hearts into it. We hope you guys enjoy it when you come to get hold of it yourselves. It's been nice to watch obviously the build up and watch everyone's comments come through, and not just comments but feedback as well. Obviously there's been feedback. We've ensured to read that and take that on board. Same now, if anyone sees anything, there's any feedback that you guys put in there, there's people in the team here tonight, so no doubt they'll pick up on it and we'll be able to act on it, obviously, for post-release and stuff. What you see is almost the final build. It's not. I don't think it's quite the finished final build. We've finished. There is another potential build to come in for the last bit, but they'll just be the last fixes that we did last week, basically. We should just filter in. But pretty much most of there with this build. So here is where the old avoider line used to come back in. So if you look up here somewhere, it used to run down the back of here. And it ran over the, oh, you can't quite go over because of the block of walls, but they went over that bridge there and sort of curved around where that wall is there, and then it joined up where the gas holder is at Rome Street. The castle is just up here, and you've got the cathedral there. The citadel is just over back there by the station, which we'll have another look at that in a bit. The castle is here. So there's a castle on the walls. What's my favourite brand of tea? I don't really drink tea, I like iced tea. So can I say Lipton's? Is that a passable answer? I don't really drink hot tea very often. Very rare. The avoiding line was closed due to a derailment collision. There was a runaway train basically. It collided with a bridge down that way, and quite soon after I think it was all closed up from there on. There is information about it online if you search. Basically some quick thinking from the signaller at Carlisle to route the runaway wagons down to the avoiding line to avoid going through the station. We're going to take this into where we're taking it to. So Kingmore up yard departure 11, then got to couple the 8 vehicles, do something else. Bits and pieces. Love watching the 08 bob up and down with the suspension. So rigid. Sewage works as well there. So again, just for where we are on the map, so obviously we're headed north at the minute, and this is all the Carlisle. So Kingmore's here, which we'll have a look at in a moment, and then the Brunt Hill branch is the bit that goes over the top, and then you've got the yards here at basically north of like, Kingmore. And that's Scott there under Just Trains Videos. Good evening, Scott. Are we well? There's so many different bridges and various designs. I mean, Carlisle got all sorts of random big viaducts, all the rivers and stuff going around, so some quite big structures around here. There's a good variety along the route as well. Different viaducts, smaller bridges, over bridges, generic under-rail bridges, if you want to call them that, Benedict. So our favourite bridge is the old generic railed under bridge. Did a good job with that one. I have to double check the point works right. He's taken us the right way. That's looking correct. So whilst this is obviously trundling its way through, let's have a little look around Kingmore, just to give you an overview of what's going on. So you've got the DMU side, there's all the little platforms there where you can obviously board your train. There's a few workings. I think there's a potential. I think there's a pacer working that can go through as well. It's not Scott. Even Sam Powell, how are we doing? Someone's lurking. What sort of thing are you guys looking forward to doing first? Will it be an 87 run? Is it going to be a 101, a 47, or something a bit more laid back with the 08? Oh, Mark's got onto the channel. His kick's got out. ECS working, yeah, there's bits and pieces from Upper B as well, you can do stuff with that. Yeah, there is ECS working, Sam. Even Adam, the whistle action there. Seven runs for some people there, some 101s I've seen as well. This is an interesting work in here, so this is a bit of a half and half mix. There's some parcel and some coaches as well. It's Mark 2 on that, so there's a bit of a mixed bag there. I'm not sure what working that is, let's have a look. So that's King Motors Upby. That's 5 Sierra 81 that. More 08s, look all these 08s hiding. Will the 101 from this route replace the ones on TDL and NTP? I don't think it replaces. I'm not sure if you'll be able to use them on it. I'm not sure, I haven't looked. I do believe though, apparently, one of the testers said that the 101 from this route does actually show up on Blackpool, so that it does show on there. It might do, it's one of them, if it does, it does, if it doesn't, it doesn't. Unfortunately. There's a green signal. Oh, the sun coming up. One S88. It's a 47. Oh, it's the one that'll be going off towards Dumfries. That answers that question of what that is. Well, there's one way to find out if the 101 does show up in other routes. It's obviously look in the menu. Obviously, many years ago, well, in the past, there'll be more tracks here. There used to be there was a depot which is still standing in the route, but in terms of actual route use, it obviously doesn't have use anymore because it's, all its tracks been ripped up. It's just a lone standing shed. Class 08's 15 miles per hour animal TVO. Still quite an extensive yard, even though a lot of the tracks have been taken up. There's the old one of the old sheds. I think there's a maintenance shed, that one actually. Just a little bit of a hint of the past there. Some rails hanging out. Any start from cold? There's a cold start with the 47 in the scenario. You can't do cold starts though in timetable, unfortunately. Which is a shame. It would be nice if you could do cold starts. You can turn. There's nothing to say you can't turn them off though. And then start them back up yourself if you wanted to do that. That was a service shop. It used to be a hump yard, yeah. There might well be an 87 passing through, I don't know. Should we have a look? See if there's anything knocking about. Nothing spawned in on that side. Nothing at the minute. We will be driving the Class 87 after this though, so do not fear. There will be 87 action. We'll not starve you of that, don't worry. Evening D, how are we doing? Scenario objectives are fun. I can't take the credit for the scenarios this time. The scenarios for the route were actually created by SimTrack. SimTrack Studios did a fantastic job of those for us. It was really nice to work with. It's just one of many things you can do with the on the trip workings. There's also work with the HEA coal hoppers, sea cows, some box vans, sort of like the Spirit Steam style box vans. Also, you've got PCA cement tanker working as well from the Blue Circle Cement Works, which is up a bit. Oh, definitely ingenious, Navi, definitely. The feedback from the testers was good though. The testers that have played them over the last few weeks have all seem to have really enjoyed them, which is good, so it's a good indication. As did himself as well, to be fair. We did some testing ourselves, give them a run through. So the OH leads you see up here has changed as well. It's not actually like obviously return and all that stuff for contact wires and the wire on the top. I'm not sure what they call the top wire, but it's the tram style wiring. So it's just a single wire down here, which is all around this yard. It's a little bit something a little bit different. I think it's a Mark III working we're doing, TJ, but there is cross-country ones with the 87 as well with the Mark IIs. So the Mark II A's come with the route as well, so make good use of them. Right, so we need to stop here. I think what happens is we're going to run around and I think we push them back into the siding. It's a single track into a set of buffers, so obviously we'd be trapped if we just go straight in. Also do note with the 08s, Ed's done some extra bits and pieces this time from the Blackpool one, so if you listen out you might hear a few new sounds such as the air brake audio there is different. I think the brake screeching was different as well. So that's just a couple of things. There's all sorts of bits and bobs such like clunks and stuff as well in the cab. Right, so I need to go and sort the point work, don't I? Make sure the point work's set. That's not. We've come too far to make a boo-boo now, haven't we? what was behind the decision to make the West Coast Mainland Carlisle second TSW? I think we wanted to give ourselves a challenge, but I think the other one was to sort of make a bit more of an interesting long high-speed route anyway. But the fact that you can obviously go from one route to another and continue going north is a nice one as well. I mean, the fact that route hopping came in later, we didn't know about route hopping. Route hopping was brought obviously to the table during our development for the route, which really it was an absolute fantastic win-win. Really, you can just jump, go, off you go. Now, usually when we've done our TS Classic routes, we've not always been known for high, like 125 or 110 mile an hour routes and stuff like that. We've done Midland Main Line, which there is some high speed running on there, but a lot of the Midland Main Line was obviously lower speed, so to do an iconic main line is something totally new to us. Where am I taking these? Or going with this? Hang on. Oh, it's right up here. Right, that's right. Also, to bring in obviously the UK's first electric locomotive to the game, I think was a big yes. Yeah, Glasgow's actually further than this route is, so it's a longer route, but it's a lot more built up. Once you obviously hit into sort of like Motherwell, that's where it starts. Is it about Motherwell, sort of that point? Maybe just before it starts getting really, really busy. So it would be a very big undertaking if you was to do something like that. Stopping somewhere around here. I'm on the markers, hopefully it should pick me up here. There we go. Right, so we're going to have to run around these, so let's just see where it wants me to go first. Presuming it's going to be somewhere on this orange marker up here on the head shunt. Pacer is just a bus and wheels. You know, you're quite right there saying that. Definitely is. Right, so we are going to our foot. So I just need to make sure we are running that way. So. Following that blue line, just to set the point work. There we go. Good fun for you Class 08 enthusiasts, especially this. I know we had a lot of Blackpool branches, but there's a heck of a lot of driving hours in the trip workings. Just trip workings alone, let alone obviously all the shunt release stuff you can do then as well. And then your parcel shunting at Preston. Evening, Will. All's well, thank you. A working game. I've seen, hopefully, a flight stuff, obviously the FS24 will get something running properly. I'm looking forward to having a look. Well, I won't be playing myself, but I look forward to having a look at it, like stuff on YouTube. I know Mark dabbles in flight sim and Benedict, so if ever they're obviously showing it and stuff, I'll watch them. I can't fly planes. Quite a bit yet, TJ. We've got to finish off this work, and then we're going to do a straight run down to Preston, which is about an hour and 15 minutes, I think, anyway. So we've got plenty of viewing time yet. And yourself, Ian. I'm looking forward to seeing what people do. Look, it does look good from what I've seen on trailers now. I just can't do it. I haven't got the patience to learn how to fly a plane. I'm happy on the rails. Cheers, Matt. So as you see with this one, it's got a red sole bar going across here, so that's one of the differences. You've got yellow rods. This one has red buffer beams, just to name a few of the differences which distinguish this one from the other variants that come with the route. And this one is 08884. Can't disclose what we're doing next, Nathan Travels, unfortunately. I'd love to tell you what we're doing next, but where's the fun in that? We should be able to stop quite... What's wrong? This one... Oh, this one's actually wrong. Okay. I'll note it down now, hang on. I'll take a screenshot and I'll just stick it in Discord for us. Just so you can, obviously, you know. So this was just a fictional one, apparently. Alright, set the points back, and then we're going to go back to where the wagons are. Then I think we're going to be shoving them basically in to where they need to be. Thing is, well, obviously flight sim, it's day one in it, so it's going to be mental, no doubt. We'll keep you all entertained. Is there a trolley surface on this train? No. Oh well, what's that there? There's something going past. My lord. Hellfire. Longest service with 87. I think the longest service is about an hour and 25 or an hour and 35 potentially. If it stops at every station, it's about an hour and 35 for the passengers, but if it's a container train, that's a totally different story. So container ones could be up to 2 hours. There is some long freight stuff, so it depends what you're doing. Your passenger ones, the longest passenger is about an hour and 30. Freight, anything to 2 hours, an hour 40 to 2 hours onwards, depending on what it is. I think one of the tanker working about 2 hours and 45 minutes or something like that, because that gets looped a lot. I'll go through the list as well. I'll show you a few examples of what you can expect in the timetable list for timings when we go through it. Yeah, the 37 one's the Cliff Road to Gunny cement train, so that is quite long. That's actually split into, I think, 3 parts. That is obviously looped, so some of the loopings are quite long, so it's been split to make it so you're not actually just sit there flying stupid length of time, so you can just jump out and change. Yeah, there's a good few pacer services. when we go into the timetable list, I'll go in and show you what there is once we've done this, before we do the 87. I have done the Pendolino on the route. Yeah. It is good fun. I do recommend you put the pacer, not the pacer, put the Pendolino into the route and have a good go of it if you've got it. It is good. And you can only do 110 on it, you can't do 125 because it's not got the EPS speed limits, but it's still nice to drive. And it makes for some really good screenshots. So no doubt we'll see people doing that. Yeah, as Mark said, it was about 11 months for build from start to finish, and then it went to QA, so by the time it's done the whole QA cycle, it's 12 months. Us building it from start, yeah. Scott's here under his own name, and he's not hiding under Just Trains videos. He caught us all off guard there, it was Mark. Even Scott, how are we doing? I was just waiting for a moment, there we go. Right, so, just going to double check we're going to the right location. So we're going up there. So we need to follow the blue line just to ensure the points are all set, which they're not. If you're ever unsure on how you're going to do your point work, if you're not really one that does a lot of shunting, all you need to do is follow that blue line in and just make sure when you hover over the point icon, the dark blue lines are following your actual route. That way you shouldn't go wrong. Unless you maybe didn't check when we meant to first set off earlier. Right, I think we are good to go. So we're just going to propel this into the siding now. Any differences from buying this through JT rather than Steam? The product is exactly the same. It's the same price, but supporting us directly is always a very nice thing to do. There will be it will be available from the website as well, just to let you aware. If you are a PC player and you want to purchase it from us directly, big thanks if you do. We do appreciate people going directly from us. And you will get a Steam key, which you just go and activate in Steam. So you'll get the exact same product as what it would be if you bought it off Steam. It just means you support us directly and we get payment straight away as well. If you actually head over to our website and go to the development page for the actual for the route, if you want to be notified when it goes live, you can sign up to the email system on there. If you've not read in the development blogs either, over the course of the production of the route, in the latter stages, do go and have a read. There's loads on there, and also the manual is available if you've not seen the manual yet. It's just a big puzzle really, it's the thinking game of making sure you're going to the right place. Yeah, PC only on our website, and it'll be a Steam key. You wouldn't get an Epic key or an Xbox or a PlayStation. So yeah, it's just PC Steam that you'll get the key for. But as I say, the route itself there's no difference in the route. You get the same amount of services, same scenarios, same journey modes. The only, obviously, we mentioned on the Thursday stream is the difference is if you're a Gen 8 player, the timetable is a reduced timetable, which you will get just Class 87 working on that timetable. You don't lose any of the stock, however. You will still get all the same stock as the PC, like Gen 9 and all that lot. It's just you can put them in on free roam basically around the 87. So if you went into the timetable on free roam around the 87s, you could go and put down a 47 or a 101 or an 08, and then you could do stuff around that. So you're not losing out on that, at least. Unfortunately, because the complexity of the route and how long it is and the amount of stuff that's on it, it just wasn't possible. The only option was to do a thin down timetable. We really did try to make it as complex as we could. It just, unfortunately, was just the way it had to be. As you can see, there's a treasure trove of wagons up here. All sorts of wagons. You've got the HEAs, you've got turbets, PCAs, some box vans, sea cows, some more TA tankers at the back there. I think some PJs as well there. Yeah, there's a Class 87 introduction, which gets you going, takes you for a trip around the training centre route. So that'll explain things to you and just show you how to get going. Once you've driven it a couple of times, it ain't that hard. Don't be scared of it. Embrace it. It's once you've done it a few times and had a good go and got used to that tap changer, it's good fun, really good fun. As well, this evening we'll show you the neutral sections and how they work as well, just what you need to do. What you need to look out for, especially. Not sure if that's the end of that, or we have to go anywhere else. Oh, I think that is the end. Oh no, got to stop at Kingmore's TMD loco siding. We're not quite done yet. Thought that might be the end of that service, I'll start a new one. This might have been the last working for the trip of the day for this train, this locomotive. So it'll be going off back on shed now. Right, so just double check that we've got the right routing, which we don't. It's going to take us that way this time. What you need to do as well when driving the 87 is it's all about timing it right and making sure you're at the right point to take you, like run down the tap changer and stuff like that. Make sure you work that out, and I'll show you where you need to look and how long you get a mile basically to go into off before you get through that neutral section. Right, that's set. There is, I'm not sure if it's Shift A and Shift D. When we get on the 87, I'll have a quick go of that myself. I just do it normally. I've not actually used the quick keys properly, but I do know there is some. I think it actually tells you in the settings as well for the quick tap. Yeah, 87101 isn't included. Totally different. It's got all sorts of different. Obviously, it's a different setup. It's Firista, so it's a smooth accelerating. On that one. Totally different. Will the Mark 3s lay onto other routes? Not at the hand of ourselves. I know DTG are doing their, obviously they announced that they're doing the West Coast Line South upgrade with a new timetable, and they have used the 87 and Mark 3s and that. They did say that in their roadmap, so I'm right to say this, by the way, I'm not wrong for saying this. So that it has been put on that, so you will be able to do it on there. It'd be a case of any other developers if they obviously put it into their timetables, so we haven't put in anything else. We do have plans to put it on the Blackpool branches as an AI thing, so you will see it on there as AI at some point when we do that upgrade. That is a planned update. Can you choose which pantograph to raise on the 87? There's only one pantograph. So there's no need to choose. You can choose from the one that there is. If you want. you know what I didn't do, by the way? I set this up and everything. I set that up so I've at the bottom so you knew what I was doing, and I haven't even turned it on. So I'm going to put it on for the last 2 seconds of this working. Will this work with the base Tracy Wolf 5 using the Xbox Game Pass? So I believe, yeah, it should do. Yeah, if you've got the base game and if you wanted to buy DLC, it should still work. Yeah, definitely. I don't see why it wouldn't. So obviously, if you have the base game and then just this route, you'd only get the trains that come with this route. So it would be the 87, the 47, the 101, and the let's say the 08. 08, 47, 101 and 08, yeah. So you get that. Obviously there's other trains that you can get from other routes that obviously layer into this if you wish to further enhance your collection. But yeah, it should definitely work if you've only got the Game Pass. Don't forget, if you haven't got Train Sim World, it's still available to pick up for free on the starter pack. If you wanted to purchase this route and you haven't got Train Sim World 5 yet, pick up that starter pack. That was extended until early next year. So all basically you need to get is just pay for this route, and then you're up and going. I'm going to put this big microphone on now because it's all got quiet downstairs. So let me just change that over.
That should be a bit better quality for you. Service should I go? Can I take you through the layers? Yeah, yeah, I can show you that. There's the layering menu. I remember I know how you do that now. I didn't know how to do it at first, but I remember watching when Matt showed it last week, so I'll open that up as well, and you can see what's what. I'll do that. I'll show you the timetable, and I'll show you what you get with different trains, what sort of service time and stuff you get. Yeah, will do, Mark. Yeah, I'm going to do that next before we do anything else. We'll spend a bit of time looking at that so people know what's what. And also, obviously, if you haven't got certain DLCs, at least you can put them in your wish list and stuff like that if you're looking to expand. Will the Class 142 include updated destinations? I don't think it needs any updated destinations. It actually has the destinations for this route. We planned ahead, you see. No one picked up on it. Oh, hello. There we go. Look, there's an 87 coming. Look. Good job I turned around when I did. It's not a red signal, by the way. It's we've got the shunt. Also, there's a building we actually showed before. That's Kingmore's old signal box. Interesting. It's got the old maroon style naming on it. Right, just entering Kingmore now. And then we'll do the timetables as you guys have requested. So we are parking up, I think we're parking up in front of that 47 by the looks of it. Oh no, we're not. Oh no, he isn't. No, we're not. We're parking up with the other 08. Or 08s. That would make sense, wouldn't it? I'm going to do 5 here. It's the grueling 5 mile an hour around this bit. There was a grueling 5 mile an hour as well. I think it's on. I think it's this line. It's 5 all the way down that one. That's very tedious if you get routed that way. Gronk etiquette. Lots of Gronks. The really weathered 08 Tintin. That's been used for Hardendale. It's not technically the right loco for Hardendale. There's meant to be a little. In real life, it was a little industrial shunter, but Ed did a filthy version for Hardendale, so you do actually use it there. Originally, we was using a 47, I think, for the shunt stuff, but I say Ed did an extra bonus one for us. Well, we have stuff in the works, yes, Steve. That's all we can say. You're not going to pick up the task there, come on. Oh, I've gone past it. That's why. I've got to be in a specific location. There we go. Right. I shall be back in a couple of moments, guys. I'm going to pop the other screen on just while we get adjusted for the next part, and then we'll go through the timetables. Bear with me just a moment. Right, sorry about that. So, the layering screen. So, I'm just double checking because this is the first time I properly use it. So, as you can see here, there's all sorts of stuff named. I have no idea what this all means, to be honest. I hope this makes some form of like sense to you guys. I mean, going down here, you've got the DLCs. So you can see, obviously, it uses Tees, Valley, Tea Time, TEA tankers, I believe that is, from Blackpool. Then you've got the HAs and BBAs. Other bits and bobs there from for the speed link layer. There's various speed link layers which utilise different DLCs. Yeah, next Tuesday. So it'll go out at various times across the day. If you're a console user, it goes out at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then it usually goes live around 5 o'clock or so. But I think between 5 and 6, I think, on PC and Epic. So Steam and Epic, around them times, normally. How long will it take us to complete the route? About 11 months to build it from start to finish. There's no leaks here. Just because you can see Newcastle and whatever, it's just basically the services. There's literally no leaks. That is not a leak. They're just services in the timetable that Benedict made for his timetable layers. None of this is leaking anything at all. There's nothing in here to show. If I wouldn't be showing it if I weren't allowed. So that gives you basically an idea of what's going on. There's a lot of stuff. And you got your L-tour bits down the bottom. Yeah, so 11 months to complete, and then about another month on top of that for the proper like high intensity QA stuff that's been going on. So it's a 12 month, but it's been 12 months overall. So there you go. You know, if you don't want to see something on there, you can turn it off. So if you don't want to see Flying Scotsman, for example, you could turn that off in the layers. Or if you didn't want to see a Class 20, for example, you could turn that off. So just for an example, what you would see on certain bits. So let's have a look at the Class 87 first. You can take it as you want. If you think it's a leak, that's fine. I know it's not. So the times. So your higher stuff, like near 2 hours, easy your freight working. So there's an hour and 57 there. You got 2 minutes, which is a shunt move as well. Yeah, DTG do the QA along with other testers. So they've got the proper DTG's like own QA, and then it's also got the beta testers as well. So there's a lot of people that have assisted in testing. What else have we got? So we've got stuff like an hour and 20. You can sort of judge how many stops you're going to be doing. So an hour and 6 is a straight through end-to-end drive, not stopping anywhere. And then like an hour and 20, you pretty much stopping at most stations. Hour and 26 there. If you go to the pacer, so if someone wanted to see what the pacers were. So all the pacer options are there. And then you can see what's what. So a lot of them work the Lancaster-Morecambe shuttles, but you do also have pacers working between Preston and Carlisle, giving you a good 35-minute drive on the actual main line. So it's quite good fun. There's no non-stop pacer runs, but there is non-stop workings with the like the locos, like the 87, for example. So you can actually do a non-stop drive, basically Carlisle to Preston, not stopping in between. Again, there's like the ECS workings and stuff. There's all sorts of bits and bobs, and then if you go to the 101, there's all these ones. But then there's also on 2-car, there's a lot more 2-car workings. And in the evening there is the you get the working that does from Windermere branch. So you start at Oxenholme, wherever it is, and you do an ECS working to Lancaster. Wherever it is, I can't find it on there. There is one there somewhere. Where's Millom? Millam's on the Cumbrian coast, so anything from Millom, you join it or leave it at Carnforth. So yeah, that's just sort of what you can come to expect, and just some of the trains there, the locomotives. they've all got various different things. Some of them might. This one, for example, is just a rail tour. Various rail tour stuff. Yeah, there's a good variety. Journey mode, yeah, definitely. If I can remember where journey mode is. Rail journeys, isn't it? It's there. I don't use journey mode very often, as you can see. So if we go into there, exploring the Northern Fells is your journey. And then you've got all these in here. So you've got Finding Your Spark, Kick the Van, Electric Dreams, Power Trip, and Mixed Bag. So there's all sorts of bits and bobs in there. So Finding Your Spark is basically the introduction. And then you've got a number of bits and bobs in there. A selection on that. As you can see, they're all quite long as well, so it's actually a fair amount of stuff to make it in. I think it's actually more than 24 hours as well by the journey mode. What Benedict said. But yeah. Yeah, I'll show the 31. We'll go and do our service in a second. The 31 has a fair bit. So there's a man, Victor Barrow, Huddersfield, Workington working there. So there's some decent lengthy runs. It also can be done on the Stone Scratcher rail tour as well. So that'll be a good thrash. Now on 39, Preston Dock Street to Shap Quarry. So yeah, there's a good amount of driving for the 31. I know people like to see stuff for the 31, so yeah, we made sure that it put on some decent workings. Right, for us, we are going to do Intercity this time. It was a BR Blue on Thursday, so we're going to do Intercity livery. And the working I think we're doing was somewhere around here. It's that one. I'll do it. June. No, he's very welcome. The 31 might still be trying to get there now. Obviously, the journey mode is a little bit different, so it's set. It's actually set weather and stuff as well, so it's not just picking up that service. It's all been set basically by Benedict. Right. I'm going to put that on this time, so you know what we're working. We are working 1 Alpha 61 Carlisle to London Euston. Right, first things first, what you want to go and do, if you want to obviously get the high points, you want to go and put your vigilance on, so the DSD circuit breaker, set that. Just going to quickly show you in machinery quickly. I know how to stop at Oxenham. You're trying to say, Benedict? There's all sorts of bits and bobs there. We are gonna play with the traction motor isolators later. We're gonna actually isolate a motor just to show you the difference of like power output. Everyone's favourite urinal. It's not actually a sit-down toilet, it's a urinal. But there is a urinal. It's not fictional, it actually was there. Right, so we need to put the change ends on. For anyone that likes little gizmos, go and play with the fire alarm test. If you want to go and warm your tin of beans up or something as well, you can put your on the hot plate. Right, so key on and put some markers on. headlight as well on that, and then instrument lights. Can't really see the instrument lights in the daytime, but they're very atmospheric at night time. We have City of Liverpool 87008. Every time you pick into one of these, it'll be a randomised number with its associated plate as well. So no drive will be the same. Where are we going to on the track? We're going as far as Preston, but this is a London Euston service which starts at Carlisle. So we're going all the way down to sunny Preston. No, I've just pressed the middle mouse button. Sounds on departure, definitely. So, the cool thing is, obviously, if you watch this at the minute, so we're in neutral at the minute, so when you pop it into forward, the headlight then comes on. This is in June. So I'm going to not say anything for a minute, I'm just going to shh. So, neutral section 1. So, for anyone that isn't overly sure what a neutral section is, there's a set of APC magnets on the track, which are these things here. You have to be in run down. So, you see where my mouse is here? That needle needs to be back at 0. And then you go into off whilst you're going over the magnet. So if I go to the front of the train as well, while it goes over the magnet, you'll hear that the fans will go off. No power. Then there's power again. Now we can take power. So basically you're looking for your new section, by the way, is that's where it commences. So it's the whiteboard, and then a mile before there will be a warning. I'm not quite sure if it's quite a mile here because of the proximity of leaving obviously the station. I've no idea where the other one is. It'll be somewhere. Anyway, there's a black one. We'll see another one. I'll show you. There's not one going this way, is there, coming out? I thought there was. So, on this end, you don't actually hear the tap. On this end, it's quieter. if you're in the other cab, you'll hear the tap because the tap gear is closer to that other cab. But on this end, when we're coming to a stop, the fans are louder, so we get a lot of that noise. Another one on our right somewhere. Oh, it's there, look. So that's the warning. So when you see that, you need to run down. You need to put your controller to run down. Let it run all the taps down, back to 0, basically. And then once it's at the bottom, you then shut off, and then you'll see the white one of these, and then literally just after it is where the magnets are on the track. I think there's 5 neutral sections, I think, on the route, or 6, something like that. It's 5 or 6. You've got Garstang and Catterall. You've got Morecambe Junction, and then you've got Oxenholme, T-Bay, and then you've also got the one. There might be more, actually. I think there's more. There's a lot. There's enough of them. There shouldn't actually be signs there, technically, in this area, but we were kind to put them there. Because otherwise you'd never have a clue where you're looking. T-Bay, Penrith and Carlisle. So there's actually a bit more of a gap then, isn't there, after T-Bay, seems to be. Get the power down now, because we need to obviously make tracks. So we are in Wakefield now as well. Has a Wakefield. So what you're wanting to look for on these left 2 dials, see green, yellow and red. So basically when you're taking power, you want to be notching up, not running up. So let it notch up and back. Let it find its way. Just make sure you don't sit it in the red for too long. Let it, if it starts going red, just take it back off, and it'll gradually drop back down again and go back into the yellow. Then you can apply a little bit more. And then when you've got a decent bit of a momentum behind you, you can then run up. So just let it run up on its own. Again, keep an eye out for the red zone. You don't want to sit in there too long, because otherwise you'll blow the motors. And you'll have to let it tap itself back down. And then you've got to wait and stop and get going again. And if you're on a hill, it's a pain. So to manually reset, once you've gone off and let the taps notch indicator run down, hold this button here just under the brake pipe when the mouse is there. So you hold that in, press it in, and then you can then take power again. And you'll know it's actually worked because the line light, which is the top one where the mouse is here, you can just see my mouse, just next to the ammeter reader, that lights back up. So it'll go off if you've got a fault. You'll have to obviously then reset it for that. Right, I'm speeding. I can see why Matt P does all the driving while everyone else does all the talking, because he doesn't have to worry about much. I did a bad there because I went straight into off. I should have let it run down before going to off as well. So we're going to run it up. So to run up, you just hold. So if you were doing this on a console, I'll demonstrate it with my controller in a second. as best as I can. The horn might sound quiet to you, but it's actually, I thought it was located sort of down below. It's actually up there, from that hatch. So when you sort of look that way, you can hear it more. It's coming next Tuesday, boy. Next Tuesday it releases. It was meant to be this Thursday coming, but we had to push back a couple of days, unfortunately. Try and catch a train, I'll do a flyby. Some sheep. obviously wipers. I'll just show you these to demonstrate them. So you've got the wiper there, the wiper on the other side. Brake overcharge there, you've got your loco brake, train brake, horn, edge abreast acknowledge, anti-slip brake. If it's slippy, press that, that'll give you some assistance. There's a button just behind the master switch, reverser. If you want to put it into reverse, by the way, you have to press the button behind it. So when you go into neutral, press the button behind, which is the reverse lock, and it'll allow you to reverse. So if you're wondering why your train's not doing the reverse when you're doing one of your ECS shunt moves, that's why. ECH as well there, so we can turn it off. You can see the light has just gone off down at the bottom here. We're going to put it back on again. There we go, back on. Which sheep volunteered to do sound? There's a few sheep on the route. And the cows. They're all noisy. So if there's anything you want to see, let me know. I'll do my best to show it you. Is it possible to do change end with locomotive services? There is run rounds, yeah, you can do run rounds with the 87. So there is actually timetable stuff at Carlisle where you can actually do a run round and then go back south. There's loco changeovers at Preston as well, so you can do bits and bobs there. Yep, all covered. 6 miles to Penrith. Why are the switches in the cab sliders on the keyboard? Control instead of just click on and off. Because they actually are buttons, they actually are leak like switches. You have to pull them down. I presume that's what you mean. Like that. You can see the solution, certainly. Hang on, press the right button. The Mark III are not AP audio now. The 87's AP audio. Just the train, only the train brake. No Pacers will be on tonight's stream. We will do something with the Pacers though. I will plan to do something with that. I've got an idea. We've got another 2 strings planned within the next couple of weeks. There'll be one next week, and I think then there's a week break, and then there'll be another one. Which I do plan to do something including Blackpool branches and this with the route hop stuff, so keep your eyes out. This really does give you a sensation of speed as well. We're not far from Penrith now. You can see where the 80 mile an hour is on the HUD. That is somewhere around there is where the new section is. So it's somewhere around here. Guard mode going to be next week, Aaron. I will plan a guard mode trip. Whether I do a full run with the guard mode, I don't know, but we'll do something with guard mode. Carlisle Steamtown, so you can do stuff there. It's not actually incorporated into the timetable, but the track's been left there empty for you to put trains in and actually do your own sort of like open days, if you will. You can run stuff up and down with the little platforms. So you see then obviously where the lights all go out, that's when we're going over the new section. The fans cut out, everything goes silent, and then, yeah, you shut off. I was already shut off. Just round into Penrith. So when you put your brakes in, you can see the ammeters actually go up as the rheostatic brake kicks in. So put your motor on, it will go up a bit further. And it does actually tap a bit. The tap actually goes up slightly on the notching indicator. If you were running as a double-headed train, you would have two lots of readings as well on the right-hand side dials. So it will tell you what the other train's doing as well. Yeah, double-headed ones do work. Right, so what we're going to do... Common practice is to put it into off when you get into a station as well. So I'm going to isolate a traction motor now between here and the next stop. There we go. So we'll see a little bit different in terms of the power output now, as obviously we're going to be climbing up Shap next, so this will be fun. We'll see what time we get to, Benedict. If not this time, we'll probably look to doing that on the next stream. So I'll say next stream will be the, I think it's going to be next Monday. This time is, I mean, it's 9:05 now. I want to see the roof as well, so I'll sit up here while we do this. Hope if I got the right camera, wouldn't it? So you saw there, it took a little bit more to get it moving. It didn't want to just sort of like take off. I had to put a few extra notches in because obviously we have taken one of the motors out. So you can see obviously the pantograph moves and reacts to the wires. Sparks as well, as you would expect. I'm sort of running blind here because I can't see when you're not reading to do sort of guess. Hey Benedict, we've almost got a full complete intercity rate. I think that's probably the closest I've ever been. Pop of airbag. Trying, didn't slow down nearly. I'm at full power burst there. So you can see as well, if you look where my mouse is, you can see that third motor hasn't moved. So because we've isolated it, that will not give you a reading. So we only got the 3 working. I think if it was a bit wet weather, then it would probably got quite a bit of slip out of it, to be honest. Can I show you going through a new section incorrectly and how to recover? Yes, certainly. So the next one I'll leave it powered up. So that'll be at T-Bay. So yeah, I'll show you what I've got to do to get that back up and running. Yes, certainly. So it's not, it'll be a bit off. Yeah, we'll do that. Just as we're going into the Loon Gorge. Yeah, the diamond pantographs are gone by our era. I think they went early 80s. So the way the contests are, it's, I believe, is a 50-50 think ratio of what you'll see, probability. So you'll either see BR Blue, or you see, you can potentially get a full complete rate, but it's quite rare. I've not had one yet. Very close to though. But it was in the route set in that era. It was a transition between the BR Blue and the City sort of era. So there was a crossover obviously occurring. So they were changing. So you didn't have everything completely re-liveried up at this point. See, that's a totally different formation rate there. Same formation, but just different liveries. There's a lot more of a mix there. We've got a full blue-grey rate behind the IC loco. See, that's it. We've not had the full with the loco though. It can be done. It'd be nice to see if anyone does find one. Oh, Bardic works as well. Another cool one as well, when you go in the actual machine room, there's two lamps, and if you're running like a light loco and you went to go and put one of the tail lamps on the front of the loco, if you go inside the actual machine room, one of them lamps has disappeared, but if you put them on both sides, the lamps have both gone, because they're obviously both on the loco. DVTs came when the 90s arrived. Was it 1990? So as well as you can see here, we're meant to do 100. It's struggling to get to 100 because obviously we've knocked a motor out. If we had all four motors on it, it'd be at 100 by now. It's getting there, but it's just taking a bit longer. 101 is not on this route, no, it's not featured, it's not been covered, we haven't included that, it's totally different. I'm slight of speed now, I do apologise. Just trying to catch up with everything and watch everything. It's hard to do many things. We've not fallen off the track, it's alright. We don't want to break Ed anymore. Ed has done a heck of a lot on this project for us. Go through Shat Village now, sort of around this area. We're not too far from the quarries, so we'll start seeing them shortly. Into view. So run down and notch down. So basically, it's the opposite of running up and notching up. So we're in hold. So if you watch this here, where my mouse is at the minute. So when I notch down, it notches down just one, and back to hold, and then back down one. If I run it down, it notches all the way down its own consecutively, like all the way until I tell it basically to stop. And then if I was to go up, one up, one up, and one up, and if I wanted to just basically give it all the power, just hold it in, run up, and it'll just continue until I tell it to stop. So if I let go, it springs back, and then all the way again. And then I'll do a bit more, all the way, and then it'll drop to a weak field. Yeah, so this is this. I've actually done the stop angle. So if I press shift and yeah, so quick down. So holding shift and D, put it into run down quick. If I press A again with shift held down, it puts me back into hold. Shift A all the way up to. I'd have to hold it though. It does work. I like to do it manually, like one at a time. So what I was going to do actually, I was going to demonstrate, I mean this isn't plugged in by the way by any stretch of the imagination, but the way it works, so if you was to play on the console, so Xbox for example, you would, you just be like that, notching up and off, on and off with your controls. And then if you wanted to run up, you'd hold it into notch up and then hold it into run up like that basically. You just hold the paddle down, or the flip, whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it on Xbox, so I don't really play the console. And then until you've done enough, and then you let go. And then if you wanted to go into hold, notch down, and then run down, and then it'll do its run down. And then when it run down, you're just off. I think that's the best explanation I can do of that for you. Spec of machine, good god. I think it's 3070 GPU, 32 gig of RAM. A trigger, they call it a trigger. There you go. Nice 7. I have no idea which one it is. There's a pre-built Alienware machine. So we've got Hornbill. There's the weathered. Oh wait. I say my explanation of that's probably quite poor, so I do apologise. But hopefully it sort of give you an idea of how you drive it on there. So I don't do console, so I'm not very accustomed to how it all works. I'm coming to Shep Summit now. So when you get to this summit, the gradient obviously changes quite dramatically. You have to really sort of be on your mark then with your brakes. I mean, we're alright, we're not really struggling as such, but there's 105 down the hill. So obviously we're on one less motor. It's not racing as quick. We're not too far from that next neutral section, so what we'll do next is I'll demonstrate, obviously, if you forgot to look out for your neutral section board, I'll show you. T-base services, there is a model of it in there. I don't know how much of it you see, but it is there. There's a basic structure for it. Yeah, speeds are different these days from what they were like modern day. A lot of stuff's changed. So obviously I'm now at 105. So we'll just run it down. You see the suspension bounce between the coaches as well. I'll put some power back on it in a second, just so obviously I can show you what it's like if you don't obviously run down. The Northern Fells. We'll come up to T-Bay and the start of Balloon Gorge. Yeah, obviously the lakes are in that direction. I'm not sure if it's sort of Coniston, somewhere around where we're at the minute. Windermere's further south. I don't think AI does suspension. I think it's just a player train that does suspension, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure Ed will definitely confirm that one. I'm pretty certain it doesn't work on AI. There you go. Yeah. So player service, it's in the simulgraph. That's why. I'll get some power back on, just so I can show you what happens if we don't. This is T-Bay where the little station once were. There used to be sheds here as well, many moons ago. So we're on full. I'll leave it there. New section is coming up. There we go, ready? And it just cuts out. So we've come through the new section, but we haven't got power. So we've got to let it run down. So let it do its thing. So we don't have to do any resets because we haven't blown the motors. We've just got to let it run down. All the line lights never come back on. So we've let it run down. And we should now be able to take power again. There we go. It's as simple as that. What I'll do is when we get to Oxenholme, I'll show you what happens if we stick it into the red zone, we blow a motor, how we would go through resetting that. So it's a bit different. Cutting through the gorge. It's pretty simple, honestly. Don't be scared of it. It might look like a bit of a beast, but once you've done it a couple of times, it ain't not that. It can be a little bit overwhelming. To be fair, I've only blown it a couple of times. I'm quite used to driving like the 87 on Trains and Classic as well, so that sort of follows through. That sort of skill from driving it on there, you sort of bring it through to this, so it was knowledge anyway. If you're not used to driving these types of locomotives, obviously at first it'll be a bit overwhelming, but yeah, you'll get there. No doubt people do tutorials as well online and stuff like YouTube. There'll be loads of stuff like that that come through. You've missed Carlisle, unfortunately, Dylan, yeah. So if you want to see Carlisle, it'll be at the beginning of the stream. This is coming to Low Gill. Once there's a junction here, and there used to be a station here, and then the line would curve off to towards Ingleton. station was here somewhere in this area. The old railway cottages there as well. It's quite an iconic. The iconic viaduct over there. Down into the valley. There's a Beckfoot, or I think it's Beckfoot. One's a grey rig. Evening, Mr. Toby's dad. We'll keep you entertained. Some little loops here. There's a number of loops on this route as well. Sure, you'll no doubt if you're doing freight, you'll spend some time in them. There is some signs at T-Bay. If the signs aren't near the track, they weren't made. So there is motorway signs along the way. You will see some in a bit. There's a lot more sort of south of Lancaster that you can see. So when we get to Oxenholme, I'll put the motor back in, and then we'll demonstrate obviously what it's like to just basically open the whole thing up, and we'll blow the motor, and I'll show you how to basically recover your locomotive from that state. We're looking forward to this Cumbrian Coast next, please. It's always nice to see what people would like to see from the game and what they'd like to see us do. We've got Lambrick, which is an emergency crossover, a little box. All long gone, both crossover and the box have gone. I think the box went a couple of years after, quite soon after. Cute little box. That one hasn't got an interior because it was already closed down. There are a number of interior explorable boxes on the route. Mainly between sort of like Morecambe and then up to Carlisle. Caught in a collision there. A little helpful. Sorry, don't encourage them. Don't encourage people to break it. Sorry. This is one of my favourite name places on the route. This is Scalf Waiterig. What a name! This is where the big curve comes around, so you sort of like come back in from sort of facing from the east and back like facing west of it. You curve right round to head sort of face back south again. So the area is like the little village called Scalf Waiterig. No. Two and a bit miles out now from Oxenholme as well. All the hills to the right, sort of like Kendlers and stuff coming in. Yeah, the countryside has some really cool names, like some really weird ones as well, but you do get some really quirky ones, definitely. can just see over there castle as well, just over on the hill. The Northern Fells. The old fells. Oxfordshire has Ducklington. Favourite routes to Hope Valley. I see a few people there asking about Hope Valley. Honestly, we do look at what people like and people would like to see, so we don't just ignore it. We can't promise everything, but we do look. Evening, Richard. How are we doing? Morgan, where's JT based? All over the place. We are all located and work from home, so yeah, all over the country. But the main offices were in Huntingdon. I don't think they actually have the offices anymore, do they? Yeah, everyone works from home. We all worked from home, to be fair, before COVID as well, so it wasn't a new thing to us. We already like that. It'd be a long commute to travel to Cambridge if we had offices and all that. So just approaching Oxenholme. We're being greeted with a 101 as well, doing the shuttle. Not always do you see the shuttle, but you may well be graced with it. To say we were like doing demonstrations and showing stuff, we're actually only 1 minute late. Not done too bad, to be fair, we were melted down. That's definitely a long trip back if you've got to do a flower mark going past the signal. Stop, 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 stop. Oopsie daisy. Never mind. Right. Let's go and put that motor back in. There we go. I'll just give you a quick look in the NHO while we're here. We're going to do, obviously we're not going to do guard mode today, but just to give you a look in the, this is obviously the new interior. So these are a modified BG with a 110 mph capable bogie. I can't remember for the life of me what the type of bogie is. Someone may well be able to answer that one in the chat or in the team. I don't know what that one is. Not sure if it was not sure it was a Commonwealth or not, God knows. Just a cool one for you.
The next station stop is Lancaster.
There we go. The announcements are back. But we'll have a look properly at that next week when we do some guard moding. There's a poster. There's a little shout out as well there for the nameplates. Nameplates were done by Matthew Wilson. If you know who VP Vulcan Productions are, who are known for training some classic stuff, yeah, Matt did the plates and also the plates for the 47s again. Just a little shout out to him there. Just a little shout out as well in terms of obviously the modelling of the stock. So Alex Riley is part of our in-house rolling stock team as well. Just some thanks in assistance. So we had help from the Crew Heritage Centre, who look after 87035. So yeah, the people are involved with that locomotive. One name as well as James Maver. Big massive help in terms of knowledge and bits and pieces. Ed, where would we be without Ed? For all his technical simulgraph goodness and all of the bits and pieces that he's helped out with in this project. LSL, they've been a help as well. They've assisted in some bits and pieces, bit of reference and stuff like that. Have I missed it? So what you didn't realise, with one motor out means no rheostatic brake. Ah, right. So that's why. Right. Well, they are. I've just learned something there. This is literally my first trip without having any motors off there. So that was my first go. The announcements are me. I'm back again with my dulcet tones. Benedict helped out, yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this now into full. Just let it build up. Watch that red ammeter reading at the top there. It'll cut out. So it's wheel slip then. It's actually, I think it's wheel slipping at the minute. It's not actually blowing. Pretty soon that's wheel slip. I can't get it to thingy. Right, we've had a wheel slip. I've been denied. It's wheel slipped on me instead. Show the brake. What brake am I showing? I'm running down now. Got the neutral section. Oh, sorry. That's a bad Tom. Well, the announcements will still be on the Pacer. They haven't been updated on the Pacer at the moment. We're only going to do the bits and bobs what we do for Blackpool branches. I believe we do aim to add the extra bits for the announcements, yeah. He's a very bad Tom, sorry. I wasn't pre-warned. Please do you drive the 87 at night at some point? Yeah, not this evening unfortunately, but I will plan to do something. A bit of a drive at night. It's very atmospheric at that time, so yeah, we will look to do some of that. Right, next up is Lancaster in 16 miles. It's not that far at all. We will be leaving the fells behind us quite shortly. The land, you see a notable change quite quick when you come out of this area. Need to bring a few extra torches in. Accidentally showing the acceleration. At least we got the wheel slip. I just didn't show the brake bit. What I'll do is when we leave Lancaster, I'll just fully rip it open. It should cut out when we leave there. But I think I might have gradually got it moving a bit before we had a chance to sort of just cut out. Is that cheeky, Benedict? Benedict being cheeky? I'm used to it, don't worry. I was passing Milthorpe there, which is an old station, is now gone. In the rain, it can be quite slippy if you're going up a hill. So, for example, if you're leaving Oxenham, you're on an uphill grading route, it can be a bit more tricky just to get the wheel slip. But generally, drive-wise, it's the same. You just got to sort of manage your accelerating a bit more. Same within the snow. You just basically you've got to think about it a little bit more. Just try not to blow it. As Benedict said there, if you take more motors out, obviously it does get harder. You've just got to think about it and sort of well time you where you want to have your notches. I think really, to be fair, literally do push it to its limits. Sort of know where you can get with it and learn it. Find where its happy point is. Not tonight, Travel Tube. No, this is the last. We've still got a few extra miles yet to go anyway, so we've got about 30 miles yet to do. Will the 87 be added onto other routes? It will be put onto Blackpool branches as an AI thing, but any other routes it will be down to any other developers that will put it in their own timetables. I think DTG put it in the West Coast Main South. I'm sure they've already said that. So that is going in their updated timetable. We'll put that in the roadmap. Shows the picture of it. Buxton Holm. Just passing. You really do get that sense of sort of speed, especially because it's all wide angle windows. There's a lot of window view. You're not concealed into a small little box to look out. Yeah, Scotsman's on here. It's the Jubilee as well that's on this, so you've got your Sting stuff you can do. Any chance you can see the route in winter before we end? I can probably load into winter, yeah. I can load up at TV or something just to show you. Can you imagine driving this long end first in 20? I can do. Hellfire. There is freight, it's just we haven't seen one yet. If it's not past us, it's because it's not occurring at the moment. We may see one, we may not. We've still got a bit of time yet, we may well see something. Feedback, good evening, how are we doing? How are we doing, Barry? I just put it there just so people know what I'm driving. It's not actually meant to be there in the route or anything, I just so anyone would know what the service we were on. It's just part of it, I put it on the stream tech. Right, we'll show you car pictures. We didn't really get a look in here, did we? I'm gonna do it in photo mode just to pause it for a second. I'll get the right. There we go. Just so you can have a look. We've got Steamtown, obviously. As mentioned before, tracks are empty. There's nothing in here static wise. It's mainly been left open for you guys to do whatever you want. If you wanted to do a little open day, a little like running day, there is platforms that used to be here. I think this one's actually still at the station. There's another one at the on the south end as well. So you can do up and down running if you wanted to do so. There is some wagons, however, sort of in the south end, because it used to be used as a storage yard as well. So There's some bits in there that you can move around if you wish, or remove. Got Carlisle Station junction box there. I'll show you interior quickly just while we're here. One of many explorable boxes. Not why I went through the door, because you just go through, can't you, in this one. And then you've got the yards just down there. There's some yards as well you can go to. Oh yeah, the Blackpool buses made their appearance. They've come for an open day. So you can explore and have a nosy about. I'm not going to show you everything at Carlisle because there's some cool little features in there. Go and explore it. Go and find things. The 1MO5 headboard. Appreciate the 1MO5 Tester's Appreciation Run. Pain in the Backside Express. Dumpex. Seat. Pressure desktop. You saw an open door? What, on Carlisle Station? Yeah, you've got to go have a look for these things, see what you can find. There is explorable areas. I just don't want to show on the stream because they're sort of left for you guys to have a look at and find. Your Dumpex. It's quite a good one for me, that. You could have a brief encounter if you want to stand outside under the clock. Yeah. It's there. Yeah, looking at pictures of Steamtown back in its heyday, it looked really good. It looked like they did some really cool stuff. It's a shame, obviously these days you can't explore it. It's West Coast Railways now, isn't it? They don't do any open days. I think they've done a couple of rare sort of open days to the Rail Riders Society, like group you can join. They've had a very limited number of people that can go and visit. That's a good Hess Bank. Evening Montebirds, how are we doing? Because we know start slowing down. Literally the smallest little bit of west coast coastage that you see on the route. It's mad how small of a bit it actually gets close to before it disappears. I think my capsway's set at basically like sort of 100. Is it 100? I don't know. I think I've got minimal capsway. I don't have it on full pelt. Just use the suspension. It's basically the track quality in some areas. It's you do get a bit more roll in some areas. Slow it right down. Got a visible view of the castle just up ahead. You've got approach from red signals as well, so approach control. So you don't come charging up to some of these signals. If it's red, slow down. Same with loops as well. So you need to get yourself down to a reasonable speed. It's somewhere around 15 mile an hour. It's just changed actually. I mean, it's 1980s, isn't it? Nothing was perfect. Yeah, you've got to really watch Lancaster one, yeah, it can catch you out. Especially as well if you're crossing over. If you're running straight through, that signal would be green potentially if there was nothing ahead of you. But then again, you might have something ahead of you still. So. This looks like it's been a full non-stop service here. Just go straight through. Corporation Gasworks just on the right here. You could run a 350 if you wanted to, yeah, definitely. No right or wrong if you want, whatever you want to do in your free roam. Also, I've done the pendling on it. It's quite fun. Watch your gradients as well coming to Lancaster because it's downhill both sides. You really do. You creep up quite quick. It does catch you out. Glad to hear it now. Glad to hear it. Hope you're enjoying it. VR Blues. It's like the best. There is so much interest going on. It's cool. Really enjoyed being part of building this. Definitely nostalgic. It drops, but it goes back uphill now. I'm going to try when we set off in a second to blow the motors this time. Ed will be thinking, just drive the train, don't try and break it. A little nosy. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at the one I want, certainly. It hasn't really. One thing that's changed, this track has now sort of been lifted. It's got a set of buffers somewhere around here. A lot of this got took up. You can see the new smoke effects that have been put onto it. It just builds up around the train on idle. We can have a cab departure out any chat. Well, I'm going to try and blow the motors, Benedict, so it'll be a cab departure, blow the motors, and I'll do a cab departure again. It's proper, yeah. That was quite cool watching obviously the speedometer just go whoo. You can hear the wheels spinning and stuff. I can't get it to blow. It does blow. I think it did. There we go, I've done it. I had to press everything. I literally had the anti-slip on, the standards on, and everything. It's blown. There we go. So it's now blown, as you can see. So I need to put it into off. Literally run down everything. You see the fault lights on, the red. So it's now off. Everything's basically down. So all we do is press the pan up, overload reset. So do that there. So the fault light's gone off. We should now be able to take power again. There we go. So you can do it. It was very tricky to get it to do that though. John Bridges here. Hello, John. Obviously there was a question before, are we working on stuff like we've obviously got the loco pack in the works, which is we had a teaser picture went out recently, so there's obviously stuff coming. Basically keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, literally, it blew quite quick from that, didn't it? I had to really work it then. It shows it does it though. Basically, the standards and the anti-slip pressed down, full power, it did go. Right, next and last stop is Preston. Yeah, Matt's skilled at breaking things. I was going for his chest one. We've got our last 17 miles, so if there's anything else that you guys would like to see, just let us know, and I'll do my best to sort of demonstrate anything or just show you bits and bobs. Anything you might have missed. Any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask them. There's people in the chat as well, other than me, that can assist and answer them questions for you. I do think we have covered a good amount this evening, I hope. Again, just as to put the information out there to you, if you want to read the manual is available. If anyone can get that link again for me, out the JT team, if you put that manual link in there for anyone who wants to read it. Obviously, the route comes out next Tuesday. It's £32.99. Also, just to show you the signage, some bits here. I was going to say then as well, yeah. So if you're a PC Steam player, and you want to come direct to us, you can pick up off there. The product will not be any different. It's literally the same as if you would buy it off Steam, but supporting us direct is always welcomed, and we do thank anyone doing that. Again, there you are. Thank you for putting that out. Appreciate it. 87 just got one pantograph there. That's what they were designed for. Am I right in thinking it's just... Is it just the Class 89 that's got double pantographs in the sort of AC loco fleet? I think. I don't think any of the like the Roarers or anything have double pantograph. Follow along. Morecambe Seafront, we'll do Morecambe next stream, so there'll be another stream next week, Nigel, so I do plan to do something with Morecambe. I think Class 90's only got one, I think. Just the prototype ones, right here. So just prototypes I've got two. Someone asked a question actually a minute ago about how the sound's getting. So how AP 87 sound important to the game? Ed, would you like to answer that one? Because it's well above my my skill set and pay grade on that one. Another 87 coming. Still yet to see a potential freight. Oh, we might see one before we get to Preston. If we don't, it's just one of the. It's just one of them. I think the drive that Matt did last week had actually a fair few freights passing through. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a bit more than a couple of messages to explain, really. It's, yeah, unfortunately, it's on the sound front. Was it just the one freight with Benedict, right? Many people want your wood, Ed. Just about to... I kind of did just forget my neutral section there. Yeah, sort of tea time, isn't it? I think you get more freight, because obviously there's a lot over the night. Your Freightliner stuff, your container trains, there's one at 8:45 in the morning from Preston, which goes north, and then your container trains start kicking in again about 1800 hour. There's loads of steel trains in the daytime, and then you've got oil trains and other bits and bobs. It's interesting when like, the Freightliner stuff actually runs late at night. But there's a few daytime like runs in the light as well, so it's not all in the dark. It's just the way that it was on the timetable. We can't fictionalise the timetable if it's what it says. Passing through Brock. Another location once was a station. Must be a signal box and a level crossing there as well. Yeah, the TAs are an interesting one. Benedict's just put in there. So weirdly, when they're loaded, it's 60 mile an hour, but when they're unloaded, it's 45 mile an hour. So yeah, that's why one of them is a really long run. Something to do with the bogies, I believe. I think from what Ed was saying. There has been adjustments to the brakes, Gandalf, on the 101. If you have you read through the manual, Gandalf, which is linked just a couple of messages above from what you've just typed in there, there is a section on the Class 101 and it has the whole list of all the changes, so it's well worth a read if you've not seen it yet. We can have a flyby. If I can catch my train up. Hang on. It's so quick, I've got to try and get past it. We'll go up here. You're very welcome. Nose dull, Gandalf. Happy reading. It'll definitely keep you busy for a bit. It's a lot of pages. Very in depth though. Again, if anyone wants to read about the 87 and bits and bobs, all explanations about your neutral sections and how the locos work, do give it a read. It's just the one that comes with this route, WM. The 101 updates don't go on to anything else. So if you obviously are wanting the 101, this is the route for you to get hold of that. Oh, rip. Oh dear. The last loop, which is Oxhays on the left. So Oxhays is a left hand side for the southbound, but then Barton and Broughton on the north side is staggered a bit further back. The upgrades for the 101 won't apply onto the 101 Blackpool, but I do believe you can actually use the 101. It does actually, I think, appear, I think, on the actual timetable, from what I've been told. But it doesn't overwrite the 101 that's used, because it's not the 101 didn't come with Blackpool branches. We just used the one from, I think, Tees Valley, I think it was. Class 143s. Weren't the 143s down south? Sort of like Wales and down Devon. 144s were around, like, in the Leeds area and stuff like that, and Sheffield. And 144s also went to Newcastle and Carlisle and Tyne Valley, I think. Get that right. They may have done other stuff, but I think that's where they're sort of based. What's the ideal fire mass for the Class 87? 700 PSI. I don't know. Pounds. Just make that up. And we're now in familiar territory of Preston. It is a big hefty manual. Sub branch. Yeah, the 144s did come in. They came in at Cardiff, didn't they? Off the Bentham line from Settle Junction. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I mean, there was something else someone wanted to see briefly, didn't they? I'm not sure if there was something else I had to show before I finished. No, I didn't realise we were like 10 past 10, aren't we? So no, it's definitely has been a trip down memory lane, and no doubt for many of you. I wasn't from the 80s. I'm a 90s kid myself, but definitely a big interest in the old blue era. Snow and night, weren't it? Yeah. Right, okay, I'll do that quickly. Snow and night. So is that a quick look at the snow and then a quick look at the night time in the 87, weren't it? So I'll load up the snow first, and then I'll jump back into the 87 just at night time, just so you can have a quick look at it. Yeah, snow at T-Bay. Yeah, I can drop the 87 there, can't you? Shout. There we go. We'll just ignore the little red speeding things. I can. Oh, I can't. Can I? I'll have to go in. I'll have to do it on the main menu. I can't turn the weather. A full run in the snow in the night time in an 08. Christ, I'll still be here tomorrow morning. I've probably not even got halfway through route. Do it free roam. Nope. T-Bay. Do it clear. There is guard mode, yeah. There is guard mode. We'll be looking at guard mode on the next stream, which will be next Monday. I was going to do it on Tuesday, but I'm going to move it so it's the Monday, so it's the day before. Right, so if I drop in an 87. Can't see where I'm going. Let's turn this on. Right, if I just remove that. That atmospheric warm lighting there. Look at the moon's out as well. Just the glow of the lights. I didn't put the blizzard on, I just put the snow on. I didn't realise you were in a blizzard. It's just... it's so atmospheric, it's so cosy in here. You can do... You can dim them as well. Now, if I just put the light on a second now, I believe there must be... I'm pretty certain there's a... That's a cab light. Corridor end lights. Mid lights. There we go. Oh, hang on, wrong way. There we go. Very cosy. So yeah, winter time definitely. So again, your motor isolators are in here. Do remember when you come to drive it, if you want to get the full marks and your full points, come and turn your DSD circuit breaker because it will be off default tripped. So you need to just flick that down and then that'll be on. You've got isolating switches for your battery up there. There's loads of bits and bobs down here which I haven't played with really. Hang on, there you are, tripped. There you are, tripped lights. There's other bits and bobs that you can do. Basically, come and have a play. Parking brake MCBs, main control circuit breakers and stuff like that. There's loads of stuff you can have a dabble with. So have a quick look outside, and then that'll be us. What it's like with the light in the room. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Excellent stuff. Then obviously when you neutral it, it turns off the light again. I hope you enjoyed it though, guys. I hope you've seen what you needed and asked what you needed. I hope we've shown you what you wanted to see. That was the aim of tonight's stream, just to give you a bit more of a longer look at things. As I say, I will be doing another stream next Monday, ahead night before the release, so do come and join. It won't be as long as this, but we'll do a little bit of guard mode, which has been requested, and I'll do a scenario, which I think will be the 101, so you get to see Morecambe again, and I can obviously show you some bits and pieces with that. But yeah, don't forget, if you haven't seen everything in the dev vlogs, go and have a look on the website at them, have a read that manual, get yourself up to scratch with it. Not long now, next Tuesday it will be with you. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Cheers to everyone at the JT side as well, answering the question, do appreciate it. So it's not always easy trying to keep up with 236 people currently, so it's nice to see so many people have taken the time to come and sit here this long. I do appreciate it. But yeah, until next week, I'll see you again, same place, but at the same time, but on the Monday instead. So take care, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.